Okay, now I'm going to give you some tips on how to solve the problems on page 184. In the first problem, Nance is riding her bike to a friend's house 4.5 miles away. She's ridden 2 3/5 miles. How much farther does she need to ride? Estimate and then compute. Explain how you know your answer is reasonable. So if I'm estimating first, I'm saying she's riding to a friend's house that's this total miles away. She's already ridden about 3 out of 5 is a little more than half. So she's already ridden about 2.5 miles. So if she's ridden 2.5 and she has to go 4.5, she only has to go 2 more miles. So if I do the problem, my answer's around 2, then I know it's reasonable. So as far as doing the actual problem, I have a total of 4.5 miles, and I'm going to subtract how far I've already gone. So I'm going to subtract 2 3/5. And I'm going to have to get a common denominator. And I know that if I'm listing the multiples of 2, I say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If I'm listing the multiples of 5, I say 5, 10. So I know that 10 is the least common multiple that I can use to get new fractions. And then I say 2 times 5 is 10, so 1 times 5 is 5. And then I say 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 2 is 6. And then I know I can't do 5 take away 6 because there's a smaller number on top, so I will borrow. And I'm going to borrow 1 whole, so that if I'm already working in tenths, I'm going to borrow 10 tenths and add that to what I already have, which is 5 tenths. So now I will have 15 tenths minus 6 tenths, and 3 take away 2. And that will be your answer, and you can simplify it. For number 5, Nick's grandfather grows tomatoes in his yard that's 4/5 meters long and 2/3 meters wide. So here's the garden, and it's 4/5 long and 2/5 wide. I'm sorry, 2/3 wide. And I know that area equals length times width. So I'm going to multiply 2/3 times 4/5. Multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms, and then reduce. For number 6, Ron is slicing 5 pizzas. Each slice is 1/8 of the pizza. How many pizza slices will there be in all? So I am doing 5 pizzas, 3, 4, 5, and each pizza has 8 slices in it. 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8. How much will there be in all? And finally, Natan's family spent 2 1/4 hours visiting a national monument near their home. They watched a video in the visitor center for 1/3 of that time. How much time did they spend watching the video? You want to find out how much 1/3 of 2 1/4 is. So I first should change this to an improper fraction, and I do that by multiplying. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and the bottom stays the same. So 9/4 of means times in math, 1/3. And then I can multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms, and then simplify or reduce. Hope that helps.